Morning students, today we are going to see the proof of triangle inequality on complex numbers. Okay, you see that for any two complex numbers z1 and z2, we have modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. Okay, see that modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. So this is called the triangle inequality of complex numbers. Okay, we'll see the proof of it. So first, in the left side, I'm going to consider the first term. So modulus of z1 plus z2 the whole square, because we have the formula in modulus of z squared is equal to z bar. Modulus of z squared is equal to z bar. Here z1 plus z2, I am going to take it as z. So I have written z bar. Okay. So the next step, z1 plus z2 I have written. So it's a conjugate of sum of two complex numbers. So how you can write? It is sum of their conjugates. z1 plus z2 the whole bar has to be written as z1 bar plus z2 bar. Okay. So now I am going to multiply these two complex numbers. So take the first one z1 into z1 bar. So z1 bar. z1 into z2 bar. z1 z2 bar. Next z2 z1 bar I have written here. z2 into z2 bar is written here. Okay, you see that again I am using what formula? How it looks like? z1 bar. It looks like z bar. That formula is modulus of z the whole squared. So here you are going to write modulus of z1 the whole squared. Similarly, you look at the fourth term. So it is also in the form of z bar. So the answer is modulus of z2 the whole squared. Okay. If second term I didn't change, I have written as it is. Look at the third term. I am going to write in terms of second term. Third term I am going to write in terms of second term. So in the third term I have written like this. How it is? z1 z2 bar the whole bar. Okay. Now you apply the conjugate. So they are in the product. We have to apply the conjugate separately. So you will get first z1 bar. Look at this, z1 bar is here. Here next one z2 double bar will come. z2 double bar is nothing but z2. So the third term, how it can be written? It is written as z1 z2 bar the whole bar. Okay. See the second and the third term. So see that if you take the whole term as z, what is the next term looks like? It is nothing but z bar. Again, see now, if I take this is z, the third term will become z bar. Okay. How it looks like? Both z plus z bar. In the formula, z plus z bar is nothing but 2 real part of z. Z plus z bar is equal to 2 real part of z. So the whole term, second term plus third term is nothing but 2 into real part of. What is your z? z1 z2 bar. Okay. So at the next step is a very important step. You see that you have the formula. Real part of z is less than or equal to modulus of z. We have seen in the properties of modulus. Real part of z is less than or equal to modulus of z. This is very important. So less than or equal to I have written. You see that real part of z. Real part of z, how it is less than or equal to modulus of z. Here your z is what? z1 z2 bar. Okay, ma. So see that Again I am saying real part of z is less than or equal to modulus of z. Okay, so the remaining terms I have written as it is. So modulus of z1 the whole squared plus 2 into, here in modulus, if the terms are in product, what you can do, you can take the modulus separately. So modulus of z1 into modulus of z2 bar plus this term I have written as it is. Okay, and you have one more property, modulus of z bar is equal to modulus of z. So modulus of z2 bar is nothing but modulus of z2. So you arrived the property modulus of z1 the whole squared plus 2 into modulus of z1 modulus of z2 plus modulus of z2 the whole squared. Now how they look like? It is in the form of a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So it is the formula for a plus b the whole squared. So your a is what? Modulus of z1. So modulus of z1 plus your b is modulus of z2. So modulus of z2 the whole squared. So I have taken first modulus of z1 plus z2 the whole squared, which is here you are having the inequality. So here also we have to use inequality. So less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2 the whole squared. Taking square root on both the sides, you have arrived at the triangle inequality. What it is? Modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. The modulus, within the modulus, sum of two terms are there. It is not exactly equal. It is less than or equal to sum of their moduli. So this is called triangle inequality. So the next topic we are moving is geometrical interpretation, okay, of the triangle inequality. Okay, you see that here I have taken the first complex number z1. I have represented using position vector. Okay, so next complex number z2. I have marked using position vector. Okay, so z1, the sum of the two complex number is marked here. Okay, so see now, for example, that this is the triangle inequality. Modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. It's a triangle inequality. And see that if we go for the diagram, so if you draw the parallelogram, it is nothing but these two are parallel as well as equal. So this is modulus of z1 and this also modulus of z2. Okay, this is modulus of z2. So if you consider this triangle, okay, in geometry you have the property. What is it now? The length of this side cannot be greater than sum of the two sides of the triangle. So length of this side of the triangle cannot be greater than the sum of the length of the other two sides of the triangle. So in triangle inequality also I have written the same thing. Modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. For that I have taken this one example for you to explain this. z1 3 plus 4i. So modulus of z1 is what? Square root of real part the whole square plus imaginary part the whole square. Upon 9 plus 16, that is square root of 25, that is equal to 5. The same way z2 I have taken as 8 plus 6i. So modulus of z2 is equal to 10. Okay, in your diagram, which is your modulus? So the distance between origin to the complex number is nothing but the modulus of the complex number. So this distance is modulus of z1. So in the example, your modulus of z1 is equal to 5. And here modulus of z2, the distance from origin to the complex number, that is equal to, in this example, it is equal to 10. Next, I have added this complex number z1 plus z2. So, it is 11 plus 10i. How it is? 3 plus 8 is 11. 4i plus 6i is 10i. Okay. What is the modulus of this? It's a square root of 221. It is approximately 14.8. Okay. So, look at this. Modulus of z1 plus z2. How it is? 14.8. Okay. What is modulus of z1 is 5. What is modulus of z2 is 10. Okay, your 14.8 is less than 5 plus 10, that is 15. Sometimes it may be equal. So you got this answer. So modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. Next, I am going to consider this result, modulus of difference between the complex number. Okay, here in this example I have taken z1 minus z2, that is minus 5 minus 2i, whose modulus is square root of 29, that is 5.38. Okay, 5.38. You see that this is 5.38. This is less than or equal to 5 plus 10. What it is? Modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. Okay, and you just compare the third result, modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2. Okay, modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2 is nothing but modulus of z1 is what? 5. Modulus of z2 is 10. 5 minus 10 is minus 5. So within the modulus of minus 5 is 5. How this minus 5? When you compare this and this, what is this? Modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2 and modulus of z1 minus z2. When you compare these two, this one is less than modulus of z1 minus z2. Sometimes it may be equal. So I got next result. You see that this is less than or equal to modulus of z1 minus z2. From these two results, you see that these two results, in this result, which is common? Modulus of z1 minus z2. How it is? Modulus of z1 minus z2 is greater than this and less than this. Okay, again I am saying modulus of z1 minus z2, how it is? It is greater than or equal to this term and less than or equal to this term. So finally I conclude this term is greater than or equal to, this is greater than or equal to modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2. Okay, which is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. This is the very, very important result. Okay, you see that the modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 minus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. Already in the triangle inequality we have written modulus of z1 plus z2. How it is? It is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. This is the triangle inequality. While you go comparing this is the this one is less than or equal to modulus of z1 minus z2. Okay, so here you can very well write modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. These two results are very, very important. You see the example, what is this value? This value is 5. Okay, less than or equal to, what is modulus of z1 plus z2? That is 14.8, that is 14.5 is less than 14.8, less than 15. So we can take this result very well. In the same way, here 5 is less than 5.38, that is less than 15. So to find the lower and upper bound, we have to use this formula. Okay, so the next topic we are moving to distance between the 2 points z1 and z2 in complex plane. So here I have used modulus of z1 minus z2. This one, what it is, that only we are going to learn. So it is nothing but modulus of z1 minus z2 is nothing but distance between the two complex number z1 and z2. You look at the diagram. So see that this is your first complex number. We can represent it as a position vector. This is a second complex number. So the distance between these two is nothing but modulus of z1 minus z2. Okay, you see now z1 I have taken as x1 plus iy1, z2 is taken as x2 plus iy2. Then what is modulus of z1 minus z2? That is nothing but modulus of, how to subtract these two? Real part has to be subtracted. So x1 minus x2 plus, from these two terms I is common, I is taken out, y1 minus y2. How to write the modulus? Modulus is nothing but square root of real part the whole squared. So x1 minus x2 the whole square plus imaginary part the whole square. The imaginary part is y1 minus y2 the whole square. Do you know what is this formula? It's a formula to find the distance between 2 points. So the distance between 2 points is nothing but modulus of z1 minus z2. Okay, so using this we are going to do the exercise 2.5. The third problem, which one of the points 10 minus 8i, 11 plus 6i is closest to 1 plus i? Okay, so I have taken 1 plus I is z1, the second point is z2 and the third point is z3. So we have to compare 1 plus I with other 2 points. So you are going to find the distance between these two. So distance between 2 points z1 and z2 is nothing but modulus of z1 minus z2. So I am going to find the modulus of first complex number minus the second complex number. Okay, how to subtract it? So 1 minus 10. From these two I is taken out. I is taken out means here what you will have 1. Here minus of minus 8 will become plus 8. Okay, upon 1 minus 10 is minus 9. 1 plus 8 is 9i. So you have to find the modulus of this complex number. How to find the modulus? It is nothing but square root of real part the whole square. So minus 9 the whole square is 81. Here it is imaginary part. Imaginary part also 9. So that is 81. So it is nothing but square root of 162. It is approximately 12.7279. In the same way, we have to find the distance between the first complex number and the third complex number. So distance between two complex number is nothing but modulus of z1 minus z3. So you have to arrange the real part and the imaginary part. So you will get this complex number. It is written within the modulus. How to find the modulus? Square root of real part the whole square plus imaginary part the whole square. So you are getting the answer as square root of 125. It is approximately 11.1803. You look at the answer, the distance between the first and the second is 12.72. The first and the third is 11.1803. So what is the question is asked? It is which is closest to 1 plus 5. So this is a 3. Okay, whose distance is 11.18 comparing to this. So therefore this the third complex number 11 plus 6i is closest to 1 plus I. Thank you students.